Terra Prime. This is Star Trek Enterprise. It should have been the finale, the final episode, because it's absolutely spot on great. Concludes the Peter Weller Terra Prime storyline, where Peter Weller and his faction didn't want aliens on Earth. Everyone comes together to do something to defeat him. They defeat him. They have a big speech at the end with the Enterprise crew standing there. Archer delivers this big speech, and what they should have done after that speech is they should have went to the credits. They should have played These Are the Voyages of the Starship Enterprise. I love how they play in the finale, in the next episode, which is the finale. They play Kirk saying it, and they play, of course, Picard saying it, and they merge them all together to Archer to say, "Where no man has gone before." That would have been a beautiful ending. Just this episode with that credits, beautiful. Would have been perfect. So let's talk about this using my space system: story, pacing, artistry, characters, enjoyment. Each category gets a score between 0 and 2. 2 is the best you can get. When you add them all up, you get a score out of 10. The storyline is going to be a 2 out of 2 because I just explained how awesome it was. I love everything about this one. I think it was really good. It gave you a problem to solve, and it was a Terran problem because the Federation is just starting now. So you want to have it show that there was people who were against it. They didn't necessarily, not everyone was on board. And there's some great stuff where it's like, well, why should I trust humanity? You know, you guys you're not even united yourselves. So love the storyline here. I thought it was played out really well. So pacing, I'm going to give it a 2 out of 2 because this is a nail biter. Again, I didn't know what was going to happen. Peter Weller's guys basically took over Mars, and they took over this weapon which could destroy any target from wherever it comes from. And Archer takes a group of guys to infiltrate that and shut it down. It's pretty intense. And there's stuff with Mayweather where he was dating this other girl and she was spying, and you're like, oh no, she's spying. But then turns out that I'll get the characters, but you know, she wasn't who you thought. She wasn't who she said she was, but she wasn't who you thought that she would be. But it all comes together really good. I was like really like into this one. I thought it was really like cool. And these two together, you could easily splice them together. I actually wish that the DVDs or Blu-rays put the episodes together. Like just make it one 90-minute thing. That would have been neat. For all of these two-parters, there's a bunch of them. There's even a 3-parter, I think, in the season. So yeah, artistry, I'm going to give it a 2 out of 2. Everything looked good. The Mars stuff looked fine. I'm watching this on Blu-ray, big screen TV. And yeah, there's some good fighting. There's some laser shots, and there's some pretty good effects where the shuttle pod, so Mayweather's in the shuttle pod and they're tailing this comet. That looked really neat in order to land. I don't know. I like this one a lot. Characters, I'm going to give it a 2 out of 2 because everything was perfect. All the characters were great. I felt really bad with Trip and T'Pol with what happened with them, but they had a great moment saying, you know what, we can have a child if we want to. That is brilliant. I liked Mayweather's stuff with the girl, and you know, everything ended perfectly. Everybody is happy at the end. We know that this will go on. We know that Trip and T'Pol might get together. We know that Archer delivers his big speech, and they got the credit for it at the end there. All of that stuff was great. I mean, the enjoyment factor for me is a 2 out of 2. This is a 10 out of 10. This should have been the finale. When I rewatch this series, and I will rewatch it again, I'm going to skip the last episode, which I'm going to review in another video, and I'm going to pretend that this is the ending, because this is the real ending of Enterprise, and it's absolutely awesome. I loved season 4. I would say the first 2 seasons for me are like super flawless, but season 4 is pretty damn good, really damn good, and season 3 was okay. So that's where we're at for all these. I'm gonna review the last episode just to tell you how garbage it is. But anyway, this episode is a 10 out of 10. Loved it. If you like the space system, please like the video, consider subscribing, and check out the playlist for Star Trek. And I'm gonna be starting Blake 7 pretty soon. So that's it. Thanks for watching, everybody. Until next time.